Now, if you've paid any attention to the real estate market, not just in Arizona, but across the country, right now people are saying, oh, don't buy a house right now. The rates are insane. And a year ago, I heard the same people saying, don't buy a house right now. You're gonna have to overpay. Which one is it? When should you buy a house? And I'll say this, it depends on the individual. But for most people who are moving here, like my clients, most of my buyers are all relocation buyers coming from all over the country, just like we did. So if you're moving here to buy a primary residence, now is a great time to buy. And I know people are like, oh my God, a real estate agent said now is a great time to buy. Put on your boots. We don't trust this guy, and I get it. I don't trust most people anyway, especially real estate agents who are trying to line their pockets. Hear me out and listen to why I'm going to explain why this is, specifically as it relates to one of my clients who is under contract, about to move into their new home, and why it works for them. This particular buyer reached out to me a little over a year ago, and they found me on YouTube. They were looking to move here and they wanted to buy a house. Great. Well, so did a lot of other people. And these buyers, they were willing to give up what they needed to get into this home. And when I say give up, so a lot of buyers, well, they settled for a home they particularly, wasn't their top choice, but it was a nice enough home. And there weren't a lot of homes to choose from, and there were more buyers than there were properties. So these clients, we wrote an offer on a house, $50,000 over list price, and foregoing appraisal. And we did not forego inspections because that's not something I recommend. However, we did not even get a phone call from the listing agent. Didn't even get a call. So these buyers, they had this house, they loved it, they wanted to move in. Again, it wasn't everything they wanted, but it was close enough, and they were excited to live in Arizona. And I mean, who wouldn't be? Arizona's great, we love it here. So I understand their feeling, but not to even get a call going $50,000 above list price. So that's what they were dealing with. And not just my buyers. I heard lots of stories, buyers going $200,000 over list, not getting it. Buyers having to give up appraisals, inspections, free lease backs, and whatever it took to get into the home. Now, the good thing is they were getting rates under 3%. So they were capitalizing on these rates, but if there was a definition of a seller's market, it is what we saw in 2021 and then the first 4 months of 2022. Definitely strong seller's market. Buyers did not have much leverage at all. Let's talk about that for a little bit. So yes, rates were low, and those low rates helped propel these buyers into the market. It helped really kick off, and I don't know if it helped, but to me it was a huge catalyst. And what caused this buyer frenzy, caused prices to skyrocket. I mean, in my neighborhood, we had a home that sold in February, and it was a nice home, sold way above what it originally sold for. These people had it for 5 months, did nothing to it, relisted it, and sold for $130,000 more. Now, that may seem extreme, and it is extreme, but it was common. It is what we saw. Fast forward to now, November 2022, and we have a lot more homes for sale than we did, and rates are a lot higher. So we're having less buyer demand. Buyer demand has pulled back, and more inventory has hit the market. Even though inventory, it's kind of, it hasn't gone at the same rate, but more than what we had. So that has caused a balanced market, but I'm not even gonna say balance. It has caused a buyer's market, especially from the contrast of what it was a year ago. Those same buyers who are unable to get into a home in the craziness of the market, who I reached out to them, like, listen, you guys still want to buy here? And like, yeah, we absolutely do. I'm like, all right, well, let's go back to the drawing board. Understand that rates are higher now. They're in the 7%, which a lot of people did not expect that to happen, argued with me, oh, rates will never go that high. Well, here we are. However, there are strategies and tactics you can use to combat that, especially now that we're more in a buyer's market. So we found them a home. This home is amazing, amazing views, pool, way better than the home they missed out on. The only negative is the rates are high. However, I'm like, don't worry about that, we'll handle that. So now that this buyer has more control, not only were we able to negotiate well below the list price, We also negotiated a 3% seller concession to buy that rate down, get them into the 5% range. So that is one strategy. You can buy the rate down, for the life of the loan, or you can do a 2-1 buy down. So doing that temporary buy down with anticipation of refinancing later. So they saved over $500 per month using this strategy. And not only that, they didn't have to give up appraisal. They didn't have to go over list. They didn't have to give up inspections. They gave up nothing. They are in full control. Versus if they bought a home when they first wanted to, yes, their rate would have been lower, but they would have paid more. They would have had to pay above appraisal price, which, who knows, maybe they would be in the hole right now. And that's why I think it is a good time for some buyers to buy right now. Now, don't try and day trade real estate. I don't know how many times I've said that. So many people watch TV, think they become a flipper, and next thing you know, they're in the hole and now they are stuck. I'm talking mainly, your primary residence, somewhere like where me and my family would move to, live, raise our family, and enjoy it. Let's just say the market took a huge turn and now your home is worth little, but you still have a roof overhead and a home that you love and enjoy. Now, let's hope that does not happen. I can't predict the future, but if you need a place to call home, you want to move to Arizona, enjoy Arizona. I mean, we came from the Midwest. It is November. Yes, I am wearing a hooded sweatshirt, but it's getting a little warm now, but in the mornings it's a little chilly, but we still absolutely love it. We do not have to shovel sunshine, and to me, that is a great trade-off. Now, my family and myself, we're in the market ourselves to buy a home. Understanding, yes, I am going to pay a higher rate than I was before, but I'm not having to go above appraisal. I'm not having to give up inspections. I'm going to negotiate for a buy down of some type. And again, we're buying within our means. We're not going to stretch the limits there, just prepare for the worst. But we have a lot more control than before. Right now, just in the verbiage of listings in Maricopa and Pinal County, almost 2,000 of them mention about a seller offering a concession for a buy down. And that's just what they're mentioning. Now, even if they're not mentioning it, I'm still asking for it. I'm still negotiating. That is what I'm paid to do for my clients. That is my background. As a detective, it felt like it was always a negotiation with those that I was interviewing. So using that to help my clients out and communicating with everyone, that way my buyers, my clients are taken care of so they can get what they need. Yes, I'm saying right now it is a great time to buy if it fits your needs in your situation. Sellers have to understand right now the lagging indicator of listings having a 62% success rate. That number is falling. I think it will continue to fall. So buyers, you have control. Take advantage of it. Get into this market if you are looking to move here. Definitely reach out to me and my team. Would love to take care of you. My contact info is below. Watch this video and I will see you on the next one.